winter loves the fate of the meek. Her velvet touch preys on the weak.
Into the Woods. It's a 2014 Disney film that I got a chance to go to a screening for. And this is interesting because I went into this movie completely cold. I had no idea what it was about. All I knew really was who was in it, the cast. And the cast looked great. Meryl Streep as the witch, Johnny Depp as the wolf, Emily Blunt, Anna Kendrick. So I said, I have to go see this movie, just because. Now the plot is, basically we see this baker, played by James Corden, and his wife, Emily Blunt. They can't have a child. There was this curse put on their house by the witch, Meryl Streep. So they have to find 4 mysterious items for her to lift the curse. So they go into the woods and they run into several different characters from different fairy tales, like Little Red Riding Hood or Cinderella, and even Jack the Beanstalk. Now what I thought of Into the Woods was, I surprisingly really liked this movie. I did. And I say surprisingly because right when the movie started, I quickly found out that it was a musical. And I had no idea. So when people started to sing, I just I didn't roll my eyes, but I just said, alright, well, I guess this is the movie that I'm gonna see. But eventually, over time, I got used to it, and I got into it. And I thought that even while they were singing, some of the writing was very clever and amusing and funny. Especially the little girl who played Red Riding Hood. I liked a lot of her parts a lot. Speaking of that, Johnny Depp is in this movie as the wolf, and he's in her story, but he's barely in this movie. Surprising by how much the trailer and the posters talk up that Johnny Depp is here, but yet, again, he's barely in it. And also, Meryl Streep as the witch. I liked her. It was very different to see her looking all disheveled like she did and acting all creepy like she was. And then when you see what happened to her and how she used to look before this happened, and how Meryl Streep, she's still hot. I don't know how old she is, but wow. Yeah. And then the 2 main characters, like I said, James Corden and Emily Blunt, I like them a lot. A husband and wife who just want a baby, so I thought a lot of their stuff was also amusing. But the funniest thing in this movie, the funniest character in this movie, was Chris Pine. Chris Pine, who plays the prince, who is going after Cinderella, played by Anna Kendrick, who every time she goes to the ball, she ends up running out by the end of the night. And Chris Pine, I don't know what it was, if it was just him hamming it up and just knowing how silly some of his parts are and just going for it, or if the movie knew that some of this was silly, so they just went for it with him. They let him be overly charming and play up his good looks, and I just really got into his character. I also like not only the other stories like Little Red Riding Hood, but Jack the Beanstalk, the little kid who gets the magic beans and the stalks grow up and he goes up there to steal gold, and then giants start to come down. There's so much fairy tale all in this one movie that it helped keep it going. It never got boring. There was so much different side plots going on. I even liked how much they connected to each other and how one action directly was affected by another. Again, I like the music. A lot of these actors who seemed like they were singing their own songs did pretty well. This is pretty good news because Disney, for me, is hit and miss. Sometimes they could release a movie that's pretty cool or fun, and then other times they release some lame movies that has a huge budget. They put so much money into the lamer movies like Lone Ranger or John Carter that when they bomb, they bomb. So this film, it's good enough to where I hope it doesn't bomb. It does seem like there was a good amount of money put into this. So my rating for Into the Woods, I'd say if you're going to take your kids or take a kid to go see a movie that's in the theater, I definitely give this a full price for that. But if you're just somebody who maybe you've seen a lot of movies that are in theaters and you're looking for something else to watch, then this is definitely a matinee. My personal rating would be a matinee. And honestly, I know there's a Cinderella movie coming out next year. I don't need to see it. This movie kept me fulfilled with all of my fairy tale stories all in one movie. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you have any interest in checking out Into the Woods. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!